So when I said haul the anchor, I didn't mean bring the seafloor up with it.
The seafloor sends its regards and presents in
Let's see, what do we have
the form
here?
of kelp. And some mud, too.
There was lots of mud that came off of that.
Yeah,
and lots of kelp.
Yeah.
So,
if you want dinner from Mother Nature, we can keep it, but I'd suggest we give it back.
I think we'll drop it back down, but you could go down a little. Okay, good, and then I'll make it a pole and we'll poke it off. Early today. You can't see much. It's really fogged in. Well, this is August on British Columbia's north coast, and we're steaming down to Gillen Harbor. It's an upwind battle right now to get there, but it's a very short distance, so I don't want to spend a lot of time out here tacking back and forth, and just decided to steam down to the bottom of Dewdney Island, which is just below Devlin Bay and where we just were. So it's about a 15-mile run this morning. Should take us 3 hours, and I'm wearing my tube in August.
Different from the 37 degrees it was in here a few days ago.
Yeah, that's how fast things can change here. And my fingers are crossed for a change in the weather again by tomorrow or the next day. And the idea today is just to get to the next anchorage and drop the hook and ride it out. Hopefully it's not as much as they're predicting, but we did hear yesterday 30 to 40 knots this afternoon, and it's just 9 o'clock in the morning now, so we should be there pretty quick. So that's what we're doing. Well, we've turned around. It may not seem like it right now, but just around the corner there, it's pretty ugly. There's a lot of current and a lot of wind opposing each other, and you've got these big, huge standing waves, and it's confused because it's probably bouncing off the island here, and we had a little ways to go still, and we could have made it if we just pushed another 6 miles, but my concern is that the entrance to the Gillen Harbor, it's right in line with the wind, right in line with those big waves, and it's very shallow and very narrow to get in there. And I did read in one of my guidebooks that there's a lot of wood debris in there on the beaches, driftwood, meaning you get a lot of surf going in there because that's how those big logs get up on the beach. And I can imagine it goes straight in that little narrow channel, and if we got in, we could probably tuck in back far enough to the east that we would be okay. But my concern was getting in the inlet with these big waves. So it's much better now. We're going with it. I've obviously shut the engine off, you can hear, and we're just sailing. We're on a beam reach still, yeah. So we're fighting a bit of current, but we're still doing 5.5 over ground. And about, actually, we're doing 6, so about half a knot of current now. And then 6 through the water, 5.5 over ground. But it's just not worth risking the boat and our safety to get into the little harbor. We thought we could do it, but there is a bit of a blow, so it's not as strong as they were predicting yet. I've just got my head sail out because I don't want too much canvas up, and we've been debating where to go next. We said we could go back to Campania or back to Devlin Bay, but then we're just going to be backtracking the next day because we have to go south. So those two bays are north of where we're at now. So I think we will round the bottom end of Campania, get to the entrance of Whale Channel, and there's a little place called Barnard Harbor, and in Barnard Harbor is Cameron Cove, and we'll be tucked in very nicely there. It'll be the perfect spot for this kind of wind, and we're already almost at the bottom of Campania, and we're going to go to Cameron Cove tomorrow. So we thought, let's just do it, because I don't think if we went back to Campania we would do any beach combing, because it's pretty ugly out, and we wouldn't do any more exploring at Devlin Bay, because we saw that yesterday as well. So we're gonna push on forward. And the water's flattened right outward. Now we're behind a few islands, and that really confused, messy water is behind us. So it should be a good little sail. Visibility is improving slightly. You can probably see about 2 miles, which is good because we have to cross Estevan Sound, and there are big barges that go up and down the sound here, we've seen. And we should be there, I don't know when, because I haven't plotted it out yet. This is all part of sailing, I guess. Change your plans, work with the weather, and don't take chances. An old sailor told me very early in my sailing career that the good sailor or the best sailor doesn't survive the worst storm. He doesn't get caught in that storm. If you can avoid it and not take chances, that's the smarter play, I think, in this case. And we're in the middle of nowhere, so we're a long ways from help if we did get in trouble. So that's our plan. Devlin's doing a good job keeping watch.
Watching for debris and whales.
I think you're more interested in seeing whales than debris.
I'm concerned about both, but I would much more enjoy seeing whales than I would
I agree with you.
seeing debris. Debris can just stay.
sailing. We got into Campania Sound, and well, going back further, we sailed pretty much right across Estevan Sound. Then we got right to the bottom end of Campania, the southern end of it, and the wind died off. We were only doing a couple knots, so we motored again for a little bit. It got really choppy and confused again, the waters. And then the wind picked up again, so we've been sailing ever since. And that's from the bottom of Campania. We went up Campania Sound, and now we're just entering Whale Channel. So we will be at Cameron Cove, well, probably in the next less than an hour, I guess. And yeah, we're doing 5.7, 5.9, 6.1 over ground, and we're doing 4.8 through the water because oh, we're doing over 5 now. Getting a little bit of a push, but the oh, we're doing almost 7 knots. We have a little bit of current through here, and on the flood it's with us, so that's good. Yeah, we're doing 7.1 right now, so we're getting a little pressure. We're doing 6 knots through the water, so 7.3. Water's really flat and calm, which is nice. And just a downwind sail. We've jibed a couple times to get through this little shortcut into Whale Channel, and we should be there, yeah, pretty soon. This is nicer, the flat water, and good speed, 6.3 right now, and 5.1 through the water, so we have about a 1 knot push. And we just have the head sail up again because we did manage to get a bit of the weather report, and it is supposed to pick up later this afternoon, 35 to 45 knots southeast. So I'm glad that we've decided to come into this little cove and make sure we're going to be good for the night and for tomorrow before we push on and go on to the next spot.